Hi, my name is Wanda Vincent.
And my name is Joseph Vincent.
And we
We
are
are
Seeing
Seeing
Your
Your
Art.
Art.
I'm behind the camera today, obviously.
And I want to show you guys how to make a accordion book out of this big sheet of paper. I can make 4 out of this. I want to show you how it works. This is Hanamula paper, and it's fantastic quality. So we're going to show you in a couple minutes.
And the size of the paper is 22 inches by 30 inches.
That's right. Okay, to bend the paper, again, make sure your hands are washed. Have clean hands, otherwise you're going to put dirt marks on your paper, and it doesn't erase very good after if you get dirt on there. So we're going to fold it in half the long way. I like to break it in the middle, and then we have a Hanamula paper or a bone to flatten the edge. Helps quite a lot. Okay, we can get 4 out of these. 4 accordion books out of this. So what I like to do is I'll bend it in half and then bend in half again to make sure that that paper gets a good crease in there so you can tear it. Okay, one more time. Okay, and we put it at the edge of the table. Yeah. Okay, end of the table. Now I'm going to start to tear. Be very careful. Start to tear the corner, grab it here, bring it around the corner. Slowly tear it, but keep your hand there. Steady it. Continue tearing. That's not good. Oh well. I'll finish it up anyway. I tore that little section there. Let's flip it over and try it this way. There we go. There. Got a good one right there. Good piece. Right there. Then we do it again. Fold it one more time and tear it again. And once you get it down to that point, then you get it to this size here. So it's half the size. And that's what you need. And then we'll show you more as I continue on. You can see more. Let's see how it works. A real fighter. It's like going fishing and trying to get that big fish out of the water. It's like this is a fighter, boy. There we go. There we got it. There we got it. It's got a little bit of a problem here, but that can be easily looked at and fixed. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, Now we got this here. We're going to fold it once this way, half. Okay. Now the next part's a little bit tricky. Need to fold the two ends together like this. Kind of watch your, it's like you gotta see an imaginary line in your head to see exactly where to go here. Make sure that's touching. And you kind of just bend it like so. It's a little bit short on that end there, but that won't work. That won't matter for this. And there you go. I usually bend the second one again. I bend it back the other way. Bend it again this way. There we go. Perfect. Again. Now they're going to have covers on them later. This is what they're going to look like. Okay. This is what they'll. So I find the best part I want on the picture. What's the best part? Well, let's just try it right here. Usually I lift it up to the light and look to see what would be the best shot. Take a pencil. Now this cover should be a bit bigger than the paper. 3/16 of an inch, maybe a little more. You can always trim it down and then we cut it. Okay, cut as straight as you can. Okay, there we go. There's your cover. Now, let me grab. So your cover is going to go like right over here. Okay, see how it's a little bit bigger? A little bit bigger there. Not quite a quarter of an inch. It's a little bit less. Okay, this is the old paper. This is not the one I was just working with. I don't know where that thing went to, but oh, there it is. It's over there. So now next one, I'll cut the next one out. Let's see, what should we pick for that one? That looks pretty cool. I think I'm gonna do those buildings in the front right there. So I'll just turn it over. Look at the light. Line it up there. You can measure from here to here if you need to help make sure you get it really dead on. Sometimes I eyeball it a lot, but then sometimes eyeballing it is not the best. But I have a tendency to like to eyeball it quite a bit. So I'll cut this one. There we go. That's done. Now we can remove the scraps. Same idea. See, it's the same size as this guy. Tiny bit bigger, but you can always trim it. So I'm going to glue it in 1 second here. We'll get that part glued next. Okay, now to glue this thing, I use Elmer's. Elmer's works really good. It's a very good product. So again, Just go around and around circles, not too much. And then I usually like to spread it around like this. Bring it to the edge. Bring it to the edge very carefully. Don't let it get too drippy on the edge. I'm putting it on this piece of cardboard here. It's stiffer and it should work really well. And as you do this, be really careful. You're going to get some on your fingers. Just be careful that you don't get the glue on the front of your picture. If you do, just wipe it off right away. It'll come off fine. If it starts to dry a tiny bit, then take a little damp cloth. Just wipe it with a damp cloth. It'll come right off. I think I did it. I think I'm going to stick with this one a little bit. I can feel it on my hand. So get all the corners really good so they stick. No, I did okay. Okay, now we just put it down, press it down like this. Let me double sure that's good. And next step, you need a commentary, a big commentary. And paper, cooking paper, wax paper. So that will go on top like that, just to make sure it doesn't stick. And then you open it. I opened it half. This will be my back cover. So let's do the same thing again with the glue. I will show you how to put on the strap on the back when you're done. And that's really fun to do too. So again, just go around, bring it out to the edge, especially the pointed edge around your thumb. Okay. Press it down. Tissue paper. Usually a bigger sheet's a little better, but this will work. Not tissue paper. What am I saying? Not saying tissue paper. Okay. Open up the commentary. Put it in. Actually sideways. That'll work better. Make sure your paper's in place. Close it up and you're done. We'll let this thing dry for a bit and then we'll continue on from here. Okay, now here's the next day now. This is now done. The cover. This is going to be the front cover. This brown makes it nice and stiff, but you may not want this brown showing when you put your picture or your, because once you glue it on, see, you'll see the brown edge. If you don't like that, so I did something different. Here's the back one, and I did this. I glued another piece on there, actually a piece of Canson paper on the back. Now it's nice and stiff. Okay, now I'm going to show what to do. Remember about keeping your hands clean. Wash your hands when you work with paper. You will mark it, and then you will never get it off. Okay, another good thing to do is have some sandpaper, 320, and just go over the so right. Just gently over the edges. Make it a little more softer corners. That's about it. Just get those sharp corners off. Sometimes on some of my other books, I trim the corners. I make them rounded. And it looks really nice, but I won't do that for this one. It doesn't need that. So here I put a couple marks. Right there. Right there. This is where I'm going to put in those two holes. Now you need a punch like this. If you can get a punch like this, these are great. What size I need, I don't know. I just pick the size with my eyeballs and I punch it through. That's a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it'll still work. There. See 2 holes? That's where the strap's going to go in. Here's my strap. It's just a stretchy band. They come in different sizes, different thicknesses. Pick whatever you want. Okay, I put this in through here. Don't glue it over this way because you'll see it when you put the paper in. The farther over you get it, the better, so you don't see it when you put your paper on, to glue the paper on. It'll kind of hide it. Now this paper here, it's good to take off a couple little squares. A couple little squares I cut off of here. Now, put a little bit of glue on this area, just a tiny bit there. Press your strap down. You can make it actually shorter too if you like, right? It just depends. And then take a piece of the paper, the paper for cooking, put that over the top, and then you got yourself a clip. There. Now that's the first part of it. It has to dry. But I want to show you something else. This is the back. So I have to measure how much strapping I'm going to need. So I go around and then you just kind of feel it, what you need. And it's going to go back in that hole. Now I'm not sure. I just double check it. Wrap around. And that's going to come around here. I'm going to snip it right here. Okay. You're going to put the other strap through there. Touch of glue on there. I have some special paper glue that I bought. If you're going to try paper glue, gluing a book together with paper glue, just make sure you get some good stuff, because I got one that kind of didn't really work. And they get expensive. But get yourself a good one. Okay, clip on there, right there. Here we are. See, and that's the back of the book. Now, for now, while we're waiting, I'm going to put the front on. Actually, I can't do the front yet. Remember the cardboard? I'm going to have to glue it to Canson paper. Okay, here we go. Let's go there. And I'm going to stick it over in my book again. Okay. Take our books off. And there we go. Here you can see how it's off a bit. It's not perfectly on there. That's okay. That doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. What's in it is most important, the paper. And it takes practice sometimes. I haven't done one of these for quite a while. But there you go. And then the strap would go under, around, like so. Now we're going to put on the cover. Here's the cover on Canson paper. We'll cut that out. Okay, now I give it about 20 minutes to dry here. Usually I'll leave it a bit longer, but should be okay. Wax paper works really good for glue. That's how it's going to go on. Just like that. So here's the back of my book. So when the front is on, it goes on like that. And it tightens really nice. Look at that. So let's glue. Time to glue. There we go again. There's white on the back now. It's perfect. Get the sandpaper. Give it a little bit of sand. Okay, should be good. Same idea. We're going to glue the cover on. One thing that's really important when you're working on one of these books, make sure you have, when you flip it over, that's not like this. Make sure the covers are on proper, and you'll just kill yourself. You'll hate yourself if you do it wrong. No, I'm not kidding. I'm just kidding. Just be sure you get it right. Here we go. Now I'm going to put some glue on it again. Same idea. Get this cardboard. Goes in there. Just give it a little press. Take the paper out and line it up with the other one the best you can. Line it up. There we go. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That's a good one. So now we put it on the trusty book again. But we got to remember to put the paper in there one more time. If you really want to make it really super heavy, put this one on top. There. So I'll be back as soon as possible for for the finishing product. Okay, let's see how things are looking. There we go. Check it out. You got both sides you can paint on, eh? Yeah, lots there, lots to paint on. And then, of course, on the other side, you can paint on this side too, as well, where the cover is. You can paint right on the other side because there's good paper. So that's it. That's how you make these things. Hope that helped to understand a bit what I did. And yep. And please be sure to subscribe and to give us a thumbs up. And we do appreciate it very much. And have a super great day. And God bless you.